Hello and welcome to Events Diary, your all-access pass to the people, places, and powerful moments shaping our cultural and creative scene. I am Zainab Osoin, and on today's show, we dive into stories that highlight the strength of influence, not just online, but in history, creativity, and identity. So whether you're watching from Lagos or London or anywhere, settle in because what we're serving today is legacy with a modern twist. We begin with a cinematic work that isn't just making waves, it's making history. Ireke, Rise of the Maroons is more than a film, it's a reckoning with the past. Directed by Nigerian filmmaker Peter McJob, this bold, visually rich production tells the story of an 18th century slave rebellion in the Caribbean, a story that led to the formation of the Maroon communities and reshaped the cause of black resistance. Premiering at the 2025 Cannes Film Festival, Ireke made history as the first Nigerian local language film to screen at the prestigious event, and since then, it sparked dialogue across continents.
The concept he had in mind was about telling the African story in a different way, especially the ones that are not being told. So usually there's a narrative that you have, either from the white guys in the way they tell these stories, and there are some that are really covered up. So the concept of Ireke, though a fictional movie, but it slides on a real event, or a true colony, which is the Maroons. They live in the Caribbean, the Jamaican highlands there. So for him, it's like, can we tell this story in such a way that, we portray that black tenacious spirit as against the usual way, the colonizers will come, they capture us, they enslave us, beat us black and blue. When they were tired of us, they let us go.
So there's a lot of stories in Nollywood that Nollywood can tell. For me, I'm an advocate of history, not just slave trade. There's a lot. Our children, our teenagers are being lost because we do not understand. They do not understand quite a lot that has to do with our history, our background. Gradually, they are going into extinction. So I like the fact that Ireke is bringing up stories about slave trade.
We have a deal! Yay!
Ẹ jẹ́ kí a lọ gba àwọn ọmọ ìyá wa kúrò nínú ìgbèkùn. Ká lọ yọ wọ́n kúrò.
But I think there are stories that need to be told. Like I say to people that for years, for centuries actually, or if you will, we have blamed the white man for being responsible for slavery. Every opportunity we get, we're always bashing the white man for took us as slaves. But the truth of the matter is that the Yoruba say that Bogunle oba jani today ole jani, bi ogiri oba lanu, alangba ole wobe, which means if the wall does not crack open, the lizard cannot enter. We sold our people to the white man.
Ká lọ yọ wọ́n kúrò nínú oko ẹrú.
At the core of the conversation, authenticity. Stakeholders say this is the kind of storytelling Africa needs, rooted in history, unflinching in honesty, and told by those who carry the legacy in their bones.
I went to Badagry on just a sightseeing, and I saw the bucket where our forefathers drank from. And not amazing. The touching part of it is that when they're drinking, they get cuts on their lips and blood keep dropping in the water, and they have to continue to drink. That's the only source that they've got. So touching stories like that, quite a lot. I don't think the white man will capture it that way.
Till tomorrow, there is still this imagination about the way an African black person, an average black person is to the white person. So they see it like everybody is like maybe like a baboon-like structure, but it's not so. The guys that come here see it in a different form. But I think When we begin to take that courage to tell our story the right way, then a lot of things will change.
Apart from entertaining people, we're also to learn, okay, this was what happened at that time. And then to also get the fighting spirit, not to fight for violence, but that spirit of conviction that, oh, they can get their freedom. And they were able to get their freedom. So the same thing we need to put into our daily lives is that we need to be persistent in whatever we are doing.
I hope that they are getting a new perspective on things. The movie is supposed to change the narrative in a little way, like to shine a light on different aspects of stories, how they have been told in the past about the history of Nigeria, about colonialization. So I hope that people will be thoughtful and think about these things in a slightly different way maybe when they get out of the cinema.
The film doesn't shy away from uncomfortable truths, including African involvement in the transatlantic trade, and instead offers a layered, powerful narrative of resistance, economics, and global consequences.
We have a deal. Yay!
Ẹ jẹ́ kí a lọ gba àwọn ọmọ ìyá wa kúrò nínú ìgbèkùn. Ká lọ yọ wọ́n kúrò nínú oko ẹrú.
The girl harbors evil. She's a witch.
Everything I do here is for your own good. But you monkeys never learn, do you?
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
And while the story takes place in the Caribbean, its soul is undeniably African because one of us tells our truth, all of us are seen more clearly. From the history books to the timeline, our next story takes us into the vibrant world of social media, where influence is a full-time art form and creators are the culture. Let's head to Balmoral Hall in Lagos, where some of Africa's biggest digital voices gathered for the Trendupp Awards 2025. Held on 13th July 2025 at the Federal Palace Hotel, Lagos, the Trendupp Awards returned for its 4th edition, and it was nothing short of electric. Billed as Africa's first ever awards show dedicated solely to content creators and influencers, Trendupp is the brainchild of Trendupp Africa, a platform built to empower creatives across the continent.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're excited to be here tonight to celebrate the creatives, the amazing minds in the African nation, moving mountains, breaking barriers, please, one more time, can I hear your round of applause?
Trendupp Awards is that one platform that celebrates creativity, excellence, and uniqueness. So if you feel like you have something that the awards needs to see, then this is a platform for you to look up to.
When we kicked off the Trendupp Awards, it was for one major reason. There was just that gap where creators and influencers were not being recognized for the amazing work they do. If you look at footballers, you look at musicians, you look at movie stars, they all have platforms that recognize them, that support them. And these guys, the creators, right, put in so much work. Again, from the experience of working with them, or our team working with them in the last 10 years, we've seen firsthand the kind of efforts that they put into their work.
Because as a fellow creator, I know how much work goes into creating content. You see 1 minute, but it takes hours behind the scenes. So I think it's really important for creators to be recognized and to be appreciated. And I'm rooting for all the nominees. I wish everyone the best.
You see, for every winner you see on the stage, they've been judged by 3 major factors. 1, consistency. 2, engagement. 3, creativity. It's very important that we keep the standards, and it's also very important that people that have been celebrated understand fully well why they are being celebrated.
Well, speaking to what Trendupp Africa is doing, I think it's really amazing that we have our own awards here, recognizing the hard work that content creators in Nigeria are putting into their craft. So it's so amazing to see. I'm very excited to see everyone.
The Trendupp Awards, I think, is very little that we could give back to them. Of course, I know people say, oh, they make money and all of that, but hey, the joy they give us, the happiness they give us, you can't quantify all of that.
Annually themed The Force of Influence, the 2025 edition celebrated individuals and brands leaving bold marks on the digital space, from TikTok trends to impactful Twitter threads and unforgettable Instagram reels.
Force of online sensation. The nominees are at Campbell State.
My name is Roxana.
Grateful. We have our Trendupp Awards nominated the 3rd time in a row, and I'm just grateful for what Trendupp Africa is doing. And fingers crossed, maybe I win tonight, maybe not, but it's an amazing platform for content creators. So I'm just grateful to be out here tonight.
Software and full reviews will go all general audiences.
I was expecting this. So I'd like to thank everybody, the organizers, God, and my fans for watching my videos, sharing my videos and all that. This is amazing. This feels good. This is what you guys do for me. This is for the technical teacher.
From fashion to faith, comedy to cause-driven content, the forces of 2025 reminded us that influence today isn't just about numbers, it's about connection, creativity, and consistency.
I am decided to follow Jesus. I am decided to follow Jesus. I am decided to follow Jesus. For 25.
Trends Award is a very good platform and a good initiative at that, because it gives you a sense of belonging. It gives you something to long for. So as a creator, it's more like, just a little thing to reward your recognition, to reward your efforts, to reward your creativity and your passion, right?
Now they set a trend again with social media. So the fact is that social media is a thing. Because someone dies now, you hear it the next morning by looking at your phones. Everything is actually on your phone. So, Trend Awards, that's a trend.
Force of comedy skits. The nominees are at Fonakali Banks. At Mr. Fly One.
Hello, is this Mrs. Majokodomi? Yes, Emily, no, 40 officer. Hello, no, local government.
At who has won the hearts of millions with her accent. He's talented and internationally acclaimed. A round of applause one more time.
I'm dedicating this award to God Almighty. I'm dedicating it to my family because they support me. I'm dedicating this to my fans. You love the show.
Force of the part, nominees are at BTS reality shows.
No, but I think when you put it like that, obviously you don't believe it's strong because people have done relationship to poverty and evasion.
And remember that growing up, we had something called CAP. We also had environment.
At the Honest Bunch podcast.
Christ did not stop us from spreading the mess. Now, you and I don't do now. That's why I don't do 5 still.
At It's Been You, Curious.
Our guest today is considered a musical artist because
at With Junior.
tell me one of the most important things your wife has done for you. Yes. Allah.
At I Said What I Said.
Hello, boys and girls, we're back. We're back in the studio. Why don't you say his name like Louis?
And the winner is Been You.
Curiosity made me ask. Hosted by the popular skit maker, Is Been You. It's an interesting podcast, actually. It reveals controversial and high-profile figures, like Bobrisky, Johnny's, and more. A round of applause for Is Been You.
Glory to God. I want to say a big shout out to my big stomach that all of you have roasted, and to everyone that made time to come on the show. Curiosity made me ask.
Force of X, influencers or content creators. The nominees are at Pusha India, at Ashiwa Jumeri, at Itruti, at the Lady Mo, at Daniel Rega, at Uncle Kabileri.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Pooja.
And the voice behind popular digital sports commentary. With about 750K followers of X, he hosts sports numbers in the flagship show on Top Radio FM that dives deep into football trends, player performance, and match analysis. A round of applause one more time for Pooja. The nominees are at Diana Legend, at Obey Falaki, at Uche Montana, at Stanley, at Nancy Sime, at Tony K. Underscore.
And the winner goes to the one and only Tony K.
Actress and team performers who connect deeply with the lives, family, and encouraging messages. A round of applause.
Truly, it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of my God that showeth mercy. And this right here is proof of that scripture. I'm truly honored. Thank you so much.
Thumbs up to Trendupp. Thank you for doing this for the creators of this world. Like, people didn't really believe in creatives years back, but I know we have come to stay because now we get this world, now we get the digital space, and thank you for recognizing that.
And with digital platforms rapidly evolving, events like Trendupp help shift the spotlight, giving credit where it's long overdue, and reminding Africa's creative class that their work matters. In a world that scrolls fast, It's beautiful to pause and celebrate the creators behind the content, the one who turn algorithms into art and stories into impact. From uncovering truths in history to define the future through creativity, today's events show us just how powerful influence can be on screen, online, and in real life. Whether you're holding a camera or commanding a crowd, what you do and how you do it leaves a mark. Thank you so much for joining me on Events Diary. I am Trendupp Award, and I'll see you next time with more moments that move the culture forward. Bye-bye.